What is up, guys? Tony here, Positive Tech Reviews in the building. And yes, it's finally time for me to give you guys my honest review on the iPhone 10. Let's go. Okay guys, so I've been rocking with the iPhone 10 since it was delivered to my door on November 4th. It is right now November 17th, so about 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks. And I have to tell you that it's been an amazing phone. There's a lot of things that I don't like about it, and let's go ahead and talk about those right now. I don't like the price, obviously. The notch was something that I didn't like, but I got used to it after a while. And there's couple other things that I can't really think of right now that I didn't like in the very beginning. The swipe gestures, it took me like maybe a day to get used to it. And then even though once in a while they kind of will hit that right spot to get it to go into the app switcher, and then sometimes you won't. So it depends. Maybe it's just user error, maybe it's just me not swiping in the right spot, but I did notice things like that as I was going, through on my review process. I did encounter some not lag or anything like that, but some misplacement of my finger, I guess, when using the gestures. So that took a little while. Like I said, it took probably about a full day for me to get used to. And then after that, it becomes an everyday thing. I end up noticing that I'm actually swiping on my on my Essential phone, thinking that it's the iPhone. I start doing the gesture things on that. So it's kind of weird once you start using the iPhone. But yeah, the iPhone's been phenomenal, man. It's been a great phone. Battery life has been real good. Like, it does have a 5.8-inch display now, edge display, which I've been waiting for this for years from Apple. And Apple finally did that. It finally excited me with the iPhone 10. Now, back to back, every iPhone that came out was like, it's okay. It's a good iPhone, but this one really excited me, and I'm happy with it. I picked it up. The price is crazy. The price is $1,000. A lot of people have an issue with that. I myself have an issue with it. I believe it is really overpriced. A lot of phone, 500, anything over $500. I'm really thinking about it. I didn't want to get it, but I ended up getting it anyways for the channel. But I like the build quality. I love the display. The swipe gestures are something that took me a minute, but I got used to them pretty quickly. The camera's just, oh my gosh, the camera, it is a real good camera. I think it's the best that I've had so far on any kind of smartphone. I didn't pick up the Pixel. I hear the Pixels have pretty good cameras, the Pixel 2s. I did watch a video by Jerome Ortega, which I'll probably have his link down in the description below, when he did a side-by-side video shootout. And in my opinion, the Pixel did real good with stabilization, but as far as picture quality and video, I'm going to have to say the iPhone 10 took that one, but you guys be the judge. Go check out that video. So the notch is what is one of the main things that people, their eyes are just drawn to the notch. Even my eyes, I can't deny it. When I first got the phone, I just was like looking at the notch, and I was like, no, I can't do it. It was really hard for me to get used to looking at the notch, because my eyes were like just drawn to it. But after a few days, I did put out maybe a rant video once or twice, but after about a few days, I got used to it, and I learned to enjoy it simply because it had some, I forget what they call that right there, but the notch, the sensors that are hidden within that notch are awesome. You know what I'm saying? Face ID, in my usage, in my experience with the Face ID, is awesome. You just pick up the phone, and it automatically, now it has like touch, where you can just touch the display, and it automatically unlocks. It's ready to go. So it does have motion. So once you pick it up, like if it's laying flat and you pick it up, it'll light up the screen, and then all you have to do is swipe up. So every time I took it out of my pocket and just looked, it was already unlocked. I just swipe up. It was pretty fast. It is pretty fast, in my opinion. I did get a whole bunch of updates. I got maybe 3 software updates since I've owned the phone. Mind you, I got it on November 7th. It is now November 17th. So I believe I got about 3 operating system update, 3 iOS 11 updates, which fixed a whole bunch of bugs. I did have one bug that I'll be honestly and truthful about, and that one had to do with the lock screen. So when I would go into the lock screen and I would put it out of my pocket, I did encounter the blank screen, which, you know, a lot of people got. All you got was the wallpaper. You didn't get any kind of other notifications. You didn't get the toggles on the bottom. You didn't get status bar. You didn't get the clock. You didn't get anything. All you got was the wallpaper. That's the issue that I was having. That's probably about the only bug that I've encountered on the iPhone 10. Other than that, the software that it's running, iOS 11.1.2, which I just got the update today, it runs real good, man. A lot of apps that were not optimized for it finally got optimized, and the experience since November 4th till now has definitely changed. It has definitely swayed me into enjoying this device more than I did when I first got it. So in the beginning, you know, I was having a hard time because none of the apps were optimized. But now, 2 weeks later, a lot of the apps got optimized. A lot of the apps, my banking app, I can just swipe into it, and it uses Face ID to unlock, and I could do my online banking. It does a whole bunch of Face ID usage. It does have also for the App Store. When you go into the App Store and you want to download an app, it'll prompt you for Face ID. You double tap the power button and you're in there. It'll start downloading. It's just an amazing thing that they did with Face ID. I like how it unlocks the phone. I believe that is the future of what's coming out next. Now you're going to see a lot of Android devices trying to mimic what the iPhone has done. The iPhone actually, man, they knocked it out the ballpark with this one. This is the iPhone that I've been waiting for a long time. And like I said in the beginning, it took me a minute to get used to the notch. But let's go ahead and jump into a video here so you guys can see what the notch looks like if you decide to pick this up. And you're going to see that. Let's see this. Let's put it in full screen mode. So I'll pause the video and then we'll put it into full screen mode. And this is what you get basically when you're watching content in full screen. So the notch is something that's always going to be there. You just have to, I guess it's going to be something, you know, something that you get used to. You know, you're going to get used to it real quick. You put your finger on it, boom, it's gone. So that's what I could deal with the notch, and I'd rather trade off the notch and actually enjoy the full edge-to-edge display. And I like what the notch brings. You know what I'm saying? It has the sensors in there that really make this phone real nice. You know, you tap, it unlocks the phone. So I like that. That's one thing that I do like about the iPhone. A lot of applications that you go into now, you do have that back button at the top where you have to actually reach up and hit that back button. I was doing that for a little while until I realized that you can just swipe over it to go back. And that actually changed the game for me. Now I can basically use my iPhone 10 one-handed. And if I see the back button at the top, I just swipe over from the side and it'll actually take me back, which is real nice. It does do that on a lot of applications, especially on the browser. If you're on the browser, it'll actually do that for you real nice. So another thing that I like about it is over here where the widgets are. I like having the status of the batteries on there when I'm using Bluetooth headphones. I like to keep up on how much battery I have left because I like to test out a lot of headphones, and when I connect my headphones to my iPhone 10, I always get the battery status, and I always like to monitor that. That way I know how much battery I have left, you know, how long it's going to last me, when do I have to charge. So that is something real good. Like right now I have to charge my Apple Watch. I forgot to charge it last night. I fell asleep with it. But the widgets right here are real nice. You can customize these at the very bottom. You got an edit button right there, which you can go in there and you could move these around. And you can add them by simply tapping on the plus symbols, and you can remove them by simply hitting the little minus sign there. And you could also move these around. So if you long press them, you can move these around. So I've been using these widgets for a little while now, probably since the iPhone 6 Plus. So I like that. I also like when you pair it up with the Apple Watch, it gives you, so far Apple Watch has been real good paired with my iPhone 10 as far as battery goes. You know what I'm saying? This does have a 2716 milliamp battery, so the capacity got smaller, but it does have a better optimized chipset, which is the Apple A11 Bionic, which is very efficient, and it's been giving me great battery life throughout the day. It'll last me the whole entire day without any issues. As far as battery drain, it's been performing real good. iOS 11 has been real good in my experience. Like I said, all I encountered was the lock screen issue. But other than that, it's been very fluid, very fast. There's not a lot of customization on here. So if you're coming from Android to the iPhone 10, it may not be the right phone for you, simply because if it's your first iPhone, you're gonna want to customize it, and that's going to be an issue here on iOS 11. There's really not a lot you can do with it. You got your apps there. You could probably put them in folders and maybe have less apps on the home screen. Like at one point I had only one page and all my apps were in folders, and now I just changed it up and I just took them all out of the folders, and now I got 3 pages. So that's one thing to consider if you're coming from Android. But if you've been already on the Apple ecosystem and you've already been on the iPhone and you're like coming from the iPhone 6 or iPhone 7, you'll get used to this pretty quick. As far as the gestures and unlocking the phone. Unlocking the phone using Face ID has been great. I haven't had any hiccups with it. As far as outdoor visibility and at the nighttime when it's total pitch dark, still unlocks the phone. Down, if you slide from the left side, you do get your notifications, and then if you slide from the right side, it will take you to Control Center, where you do have the ability to also customize this and add more toggles to it by going to Settings here, and Settings, you can see Control Center, and you could add, customize, and you could add more, just like you could with the notifications on the widgets. So you can do that here. You can also move these around however you choose. So I've been using that a lot. I just wish I didn't have to reach up so high. I wish I could do it like from the middle of the screen instead of that coming down. Maybe when we get an update or something, maybe Apple will switch that up where I can just swipe down one of these two, either on notifications or Control Center, whichever one I would choose. I wish there was an option for that. But other than that, I've been getting along pretty good with the gestures, which was something that I didn't get, something that I wasn't really used to yet. So wait a minute. Is this the blank screen again? I just got an update. I just got iOS 11.1.2, and now I got the blank screen again. So you guys witnessed this right on video. I'm not going to edit this out. Apple software is still a little bit buggy. There's no time. There go the widgets down there. So I don't know what the deal is with it. So swipe in, maybe I'll try to back out, do it again, and it's still there. So this is my lock screen. I don't know why I'm having an issue with this, but you guys see it there. Everything's basically gone. I'll do that again. So this is the issue that I was having previously with iOS 11.1, and I updated it and I'm still having the same issue. I wasn't having the issue with iOS 11.1.1, but it seems like I'm having the issue with iOS 11.1.2, which I just got today. So I haven't seen this in a little bit, and now it's back. So anyways, let me go ahead and move on. I'm glad you guys saw that. We do have wireless charging now. So I've been using wireless charging out of the box. It's not fast wireless charging, but supposedly we're an update away from getting fast wireless charging, or maybe is it fast wired charging? I'm not for sure, but I did read that somewhere on someone's blog. Can't wait for that. I love the build quality. Build quality is top notch, like it always is coming from Apple. You have the glass back now. The camera is now vertical placement instead of horizontal. And the buttons are almost in the same position. Power button's a lot bigger. We do have SIM tray on the right side, just below the power button. And on the right side, we do have the usual volume buttons, and we do have that mute switch on the bottom. You guys can see that the 3.5mm headphone jack is gone. I don't think we'll ever see it back again. Microphone, speaker microphone, one or the other. And then on the back, we do have another microphone, which is right there. So we do have dual camera setup, 12 megapixels. The front, I believe, is a 7 megapixel. So far, will I recommend it to anybody thinking about getting the iPhone? You can see that, oh my God, it's horrible. If you're coming from an iPhone, like the iPhone 7 or maybe, and you want that full screen real estate coming from the iPhone 10, then if that's something that you need to have, then go ahead. And if you want wireless charging and real good cameras, then yes. Is it overpriced? Definitely. I don't know if I could recommend it just because it's just way overpriced, but it's guaranteed to get updates for a few years down the road. So that's one thing that I'm definitely interested in. Gotta have the latest updates. But the lock screen issue that I'm having now, let me go ahead and try to reboot this phone. Let me pause this video and reboot. Alright guys, so I'm back again. I had to restart my iPhone 10, and you can see that now we have everything is back to normal. So I don't know if that fixed the issue. I will keep you guys posted on that through social media, but that's going to wrap up my quick review of the iPhone 10. Would I recommend this phone to anybody out there? It's a great phone. You're going to have a real good experience with it. It does, I'm having, as you can see, I'm having a little issue with the lock screen bug, but other than that, it performs real good. Is it worth $1,000? Definitely. It is pricey. I don't know if I could say is it worth it or not, but it is definitely an expensive device. That's gonna be up to you, and you have to make that decision. Is it worth it to you? I'm gonna rock with mine for a little while, and probably make some more videos on cases and things like that. So stay tuned for that. But so far, this is it for my review of the iPhone 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about that lock screen glitch that I'm having. People are having that, and I'm glad you guys caught that. But yeah, iPhone 10. Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.